Hello there, this is Attorney Jeff Goldtrap here in Nashville, bringing you another opportunity, another portion of the video blog designed to educate, inform, and provide knowledge for you, because knowledge brings power, knowledge brings success, and knowledge brings confidence in court. Today's opportunity for knowledge is motions to reduce bond. Well, Jeff, what's a bond? Anytime you are arrested in Tennessee for a crime other than a capital crime, something that you could get the death penalty for, you have a right to bond. Now you may say, Jeff, I've got a bond. The magistrate set a bond, but it's so high I can't make it. I've seen bonds in the millions of dollars. A judge one time said, Mr. Goldtrap, your client has a right to bond. Here's the bond, $4 million. Well, great. He got a bond, but it's not one that he could make. What can he do with that? Well, you can file a motion to reduce bond. The motion to reduce bond comes in Tennessee Rules of Criminal Procedure, in Tennessee statutes, and it's an opportunity for the judge to look at, again, the issue of bond. Now, you can't file this every 2 days, and you can't, file it over and over and over, but there comes a time that a judge can look at the bond issue. Judges can look at that in General Sessions Court. A judge can look at bond issues in Circuit Court. At all times, the judge can consider a bond issue. But there are different factors that the judge is going to look at, is going to consider when trying to assess bond. And so I have people that come into my office sometimes, Jeff, we need a bond for my son, my daughter, my parent that's in jail. And, well, sir, why do they need a bond reduction? Well, the bond is too high, we can't make it. One of the factors that the judge has to consider is not, we can't make it. That's really not the issue. Is it a reasonable bond considering two different points? Number one, it ensures the person is likely, or it ensures the person is going to come to court. Because you're in jail. If you're in jail, you're certainly going to come to court, because our local sheriff, Darren Hall, will make sure that you get to court. He'll provide you a free ride and a place to stay while you're waiting on the judge. Now, if you say, Jeff, I'd rather be out and working and with my family and not be in the custody of Mr. Hall, then you need to have a bond amount. That's a dollar figure that you can put up with the court clerk's office that says, if your body is not in court at a certain time and day, then that amount of money is forfeited. That amount of money has to be paid into the court. And the person still has the obligation to bring you to the court. Now, that can be with a bonding company. There are many, many bonding companies in Nashville, good folks, that are necessary for the criminal justice system. Sometimes you can put up a cash bond in the court. The judge could say, well, your bond is $10,000. And so I come down there with $10,000 in U.S. currency, or a $10,000 money order, or something along those lines. And the court clerk holds that money. Now, if Jeff doesn't appear in court, what happens to that money? I just gave it to, the mayor, or gave it to the court system. If I go to court and I attend all the court proceedings, and maybe the case is dismissed, maybe the case is retired, maybe I've entered a guilty plea, then that $10,000 comes back to me, minus the court costs. What happens if I use a bonding company? If I use a bonding company, I pay the bonding company 10% of what that bond would be. Let's say the bond was $10,000. I pay the bonding company $1,000. Now, the downside is, if I don't come to court, they pay the court $10,000. Now, the upside, or the other side of that is, if I do get the case dismissed, retired, or I enter a guilty plea, do I get my $1,000 back? No. You paid them the $1,000 for their risk to make sure that you would appear in court, and their insurance that you would appear in court, and they're physically being liable for that. Bonding companies, cash bond, property bond. Let's talk about that at another occasion.